everyone. My name is Brandon Lee, and today we will be talking about AppArmor, what it's about, and their common commands. We'll also be discussing about HTTPS. AppArmor is a mandatory access control system, which is a kernel enhancement to confine programs to a limited set of resources. The kernel level subsystem works by using unique profile for each of the applications and services that you want to protect. These profiles contain lists of capabilities and file systems, access rights that reduce potential attack surface area. All forms of access not specifically defined in an application or service profile are denied. AppArmor uses profiles in two different modes, enforce and complain. Enforce mode is used to completely enforce your application or service policy. Anything not indirectly allowed is disallowed, which might break functionality if your policy profile isn't broad enough. That's where complaint mode comes in handy. Think of complaint mode as a learning mode. Any application or service whose profile is in complaint mode will run as usual, but its policy is not enforced. Instead, its policy is compared with real-time activity, and any problems or errors that might occur if the policy were in enforce mode are logged. This gives you the opportunity to review the logs and debug your profiles before making them live on the system. To generate these policies, the target service or application must be running. Not only that, but after enabling AppArmor, you must restart any applications or services. AppArmor was introduced in Ubuntu 7.04, but is now turned on by default in Ubuntu 7.10 and later. Next, we have here are a list of common commands that you should be familiar with. First, we have AA-status. This displays a list of policies in use as well as which ones are in complaint or enforce mode. AA-unconfined displays a list of applications and services with open network ports that do not have AppArmor protection enabled. AA-complain forces a policy into complaint mode for debugging purposes. AA-enforce forces a policy into enforce mode for real-time live protection. AA-autodep attempts to generate a profile for an application or service, and the generated profile will most likely need further tuning. AA-genproof attempts to generate a profile using AA-autodep, and this sets the profile to complaint mode and writes a marker to the system log. Finally, AA-logproof is a powerful log analyzer that can show access error and help you automatically add new rules to a profile. Next, we will be getting into HTTPS, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. The principal motivation for HTTPS is authentication of the access website and protection of the privacy and integrity of the exchange data while in transit. It protects against man-in-the-middle attacks. The bidirectional encryption of communications between a client and server protects against eavesdropping and tampering of the communication. In practice, this provides a reasonable assurance that one is communicating without interference by attackers with the website that one intended to communicate with, as opposed to an imposter. Here are my references, and thanks for listening.